Crackle Barrel.
All right, give us a go, man. Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. Greg and Jeff here, and today we're building the Lego set 21351, which is the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas. I actually meant to do this Christmas Eve, but that day turned out to be totally different than I thought. I wasn't able to, so maybe I should be calling this the Nightmare After or slightly after Christmas. But here we go. This is 2,193 pieces. We're not going to do this all in one shot like I thought. We're gonna do this in two shots because there's 16 bags and there's no way I can do it all in one stream. Greg, how you doing tonight?
I'm okay. Just a normal day for me.
All right. And
Yesterday I went to the movies, and after that, Crackle Barrel.
what'd you get? Because Mrs. Chip loves Cracker Barrel.
Southern fried chicken with some dumplings and mac and cheese.
All right.
That sounds good.
Nah, man, tell you what, Mrs. Chip would be all over that. She loves Cracker Barrel. I don't think there's anything on the menu she doesn't like. And we've got Jelly Bricks here, Ken's here, and we got Mrs. Chip here. So,
Uh,
welcome everybody.
People are saying Crackle Barrel is like a Waffle House with the gift shop.
You know, I like Cracker Barrel to a point. If I'm being completely honest, the only reason I don't like it more than I do is because every time I'm with Miss Chip and I ask her where she wants to go, if I give her a choice, it's Cracker Barrel. So I have to say I'm kind of like over it because of that. It's not because it's a bad restaurant. It's just that we tend to go to it a lot. So.
Mm.
And let's see. Ken says, "Hey buddy, how you doing today? Sitting here watching my favorite YouTube person. I appreciate that you're watching me. Number one, and number two, I appreciate that you're not scared to admit that I'm your favorite. I appreciate you, Ken. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. We
Hi,
got
Jelly.
Chip today. My two late Christmas gifts came. They're scary stories to tell in the dark and horror stories to tell in the dark. Book one. That's awesome, man. Actually, if I can, I did not think about putting this on screen, so I didn't put it on my computer. But let's see if I can get this. Pull this up here. Okay, I'll switch cameras and see if I can. I saw this one on Christmas Eve on Facebook, and it says, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop trying to track that package. It's in God's hands now." So, all right. Let's see. Let's switch cameras again. Oh, shoot. I clicked the wrong one. Okay. And Greg says, "We be back. What's up, folks? Hey, John, how you doing?" And Mrs. Chip Hell, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yes. I'm actually looking forward to this coming year. How about you, Greg? You looking forward to this year?
For new Lego, yeah.
For me, like, hey, you're right. There's, I did not define why you should look forward to it. That's a good reason, actually. There is quite the lineup coming up. I mean, I'll be honest, for personal reasons, I'm excited about this coming year because, well, I started a new job, so that's exciting. And also, you know, I continue. I had a little bit of trouble with the weight loss over the holiday, but I'm back to it now, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I think this is going to be a good year. I'm almost done with my project of putting the Legos away, my loose pieces. I'm working on the white colors, and after white is yellow, then the trans colors, and then the minifigure, anything related to a minifigure, whether it's arms, legs, things that go in their hands, anything that's minifigure related. And I'm done with that project. So, why is there a meme of a frog moaning? Am I missing something? was because of Mrs. Piggy?
Uh, I went to see Nosferatu yesterday.
Okay. How was that?
It was pretty good.
I have not seen that one. The one I want to see is I'm going to say it wrong. The German spy pastor assassin guy Bonhoeffer. I know Mr.
Never heard,
Chip. You never heard of it?
never heard of it.
Okay. Well, let's catch up on comments here. Ken says, my last week off, then I go back to work January 6th. Okay. And I missed a few. Mrs. Chip, Hail, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year's. And Jelly Brick says he likes scary books. It's hard to hear me. Is it hard to hear me, Greg?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay, well, let me move my microphone up a little bit. Is this any better?
Somewhat.
Let me know. My audio is strange. Okay, let me try something. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's try this. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. Is this any better?
yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the problem is. I just turned off my Bluetooth speaker and went to the speakers of the monitor. Somehow, I think that might have been interfering with things. Okay. John says, working on my Kobe F-16. Well, you know, if Kobe would give me a discount on their stuff, I wouldn't mind building it on here.
Mm.
Same with Brickmania. I would love to build their stuff, but I try to get in a hold of them, and well, I'm not. They probably get a lot of requests, and they're not interested. But I did ask them if I could buy it at cost, so I can build it on my channel, and I never heard from them. So I guess that goes down to they're just not interested. Ken saying, Greg, you should go see the new Sonic movie. Okay. The audio is strange. It doesn't sound magnified. A bit better. Okay, we can hear you clearly. Awesome. I mean Rug Empire or Empire Carpet. Okay. They're already cheaper. Yeah, they are, John, but when you're like me and you just don't have any money anymore because you spend it all on Lego, it'd be nice to get a discount just because. Now, I'll apologize. I don't really know a lot about Nightmare Before Christmas. I have actually never seen the movie. So you might ask, well, why'd you get it then? Well, Mrs. Chip likes the movie, and Mrs. Chip has seen it several times. So when I saw it on the website, she told me it was one of those I had to get. So I just had to get it.
I think that's the mare that you're building.
Okay. It's fine by me, buddy. I don't know why my brain is making me remember Empire Carpet, says Jelly Bricks. And then we got, if you were to build one, which one would you build? John, whatever one that they'd be willing to give me a discount on. Because I like military vehicles, and we have discussed before on this channel how I think it's a travesty that Lego will not do military vehicles. And I'll be honest with you, it kind of reminds me of Facebook. You see, Facebook has got a very strict policy against no nudity, which I'm actually grateful for, because when I go on Facebook, I don't want to see nudity. If I want to find that, I know where to go. And I've had friends of mine post things that are not women nude, but they're wearing bikinis or things a little bit less, and they get banned for 30 days. However, Facebook can't explain to me how, if I look through my reels, I will find ads that someone has paid for and the women are clearly nude. So I think that's a very hypocrisy, which is the same thing I feel about Lego and we don't promote violence, but yet they had Indiana Jones and they had the Russian soldiers, they had the German soldiers. They just didn't have the insignias on them, but they were still clearly soldiers. And then we've got Star Wars with, well, that's obviously violence. Darth Vader choking people and blowing up a Death Star with 700,000 people on it. That's okay for them to do it, but, building the Offspray, I don't like it.
You remember that blue crater jet that Lego made?
Yes.
Back?
Yeah.
You have it? You still have it?
No, actually, I didn't get that one. Yeah, like the commercials. Oh, it's a really good movie, says Jellybricks. I want to do a mobile Starship Enterprise. Well, I mean, to each his own, man. What the heck? I would, if someone gifted it to me, I'd build it. Why not? Yeah, you're right, John. In the end, it probably is better. Lego doesn't touch military because they would triple the price, he says. And you know what? You're probably right, John. But I actually I like Brickmania, because if you really think about it, Lego and their stance of we don't do military, it's kind of funny that Brickmania uses genuine Lego parts to build military stuff. So in a way, they're kind of they're trolling them. And I like that. I like seeing people getting trolled.
By the way, I ordered a few movies.
Oh, which ones did you get?
The Lighthouse and The Witch, directed by Robert Eggers.
Okay.
They're both horror movies.
All right. I don't particularly like horror movies, but I'm not against them. And I watch them, but Mrs. Chip will not watch them. So it's kind of maybe one of the reasons I don't watch as many as I do. But I do watch a few.
She watches Beetlejuice, huh?
Yeah. And Jelly Brick says, and they had the Monster Fighters set with the hammer used for killing zombies. Yeah, it's really their stance, like I was saying, with Lego and military is, I find it hypocritical. Because they say they don't promote it, but yet they have sets that do promote violence. But whatever. I mean, I'm okay with it. Oh boy, we already got Enzo. Thanks for your contribution. I found a dog hair on here, and I'm going to turn off the sound of my phone. I apologize. I forgot. I forgot I had it on. And this brand new what do you call it? Update on my phone. I had to get a new phone. I don't get a new phone every time I'm eligible. I only get it when my phone breaks. Well, this last time, AT&T got a hold of me and said, well, your phone's so old that we don't support that phone anymore. So you have to upgrade. But because we're making you upgrade, if you turn in your old phone, we'll give you the new one free. So I did, but in a way, I kind of don't like this one because this new phone, it requires me to have a fingerprint in order to access my phone. And
You
I never used to lock my phone, but now I have to lock my phone.
you got an Android?
Yeah, I do. All right. Is this? I think these are the twins, right? In the show. Oh boy. Just tried to use it. That's all. Okay. Well, that was dumb. Let me try to fix this up.
My phone has Face ID.
What's that?
My phone has Face ID.
Yeah, mine has the option for that. I guess I just don't really care. But whatever. I just didn't. I didn't like them forcing me to have to upgrade my phone. But whatever. It's a done deal now. I've got a new phone. All right. So I've got the twins sort of in the bathtub. Oh, there we go. There's the camera. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna catch up on some comments. And Awaking, Being Burned Alive, Avengers, Deadpool, yeah. And Mrs. Chip says it goes with the money rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. That is true. And Lego has a set with a squid that has a literal. Yes, they do. That's the Aqua Avengers, I think it's called. And I have that very set. And it's where the squid's eyes glow in the dark, and so does its tentacles. And I remember my kids were small when I first got that set, and my kids were terrified of that thing. But yeah, I have that one. I need to put it together again. So let's see. Let's catch up on some more comments here. And it says, "Hey, I sent you a link in Facebook of what I want, not Lego." Okay, I will take a look at that, John, after the show.
What do you want, John? You want some blue suede shoes? I could give you some. Mm.
And Jellybrick says, and then there's Lego Star Wars set where you can remove Luke's hands because in the movies Luke's hand gets chopped off. And John says, "Hey, a heads up, some rocket news." Okay, what's that? Okay, he's got it here. Mrs. Chip was confirming that is the twins in the bathtub. And John says there will be launches from tonight until New Year's, even Blue Origin launching. Okay. I did watch one of the recent launches. It was the one with all the Starlink satellites in it, roughly about a week ago. And Lego did make a military base set for Toy Story. Yes, they did. You're right. They did the little Army Green Men, which I also have.
You gonna get Blacktron?
Yes, that's on my list. I will admit, as a kid, I have a few Blacktron, but none of the big ones, just the smaller ones, a couple of them. So being able to buy another Blacktron set as an adult sounds really awesome.
You got the original Renegade?
No, I don't have the original one. No. I had the smaller, like $10 and $12 sets when I was a kid. Oh, okay. Well,
You gonna be You're gonna be first in line, get the Tudor house.
I actually will go down there on New Year's Day and to get it. That is not one I'm going to order online. I'm going to be in line. And I probably should coordinate with my friend Jim because I'm pretty sure he wants to go on New Year's Day. Or maybe I'll coordinate with Brent or both of them. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wait a
I
minute.
would love to get the flying machine.
Oh, yeah. That one's supposed to be also released early January.
If someone would gift it to me, I wouldn't complain.
Well, I would never complain if anybody gifts Lego to me. Yeah.
$50 for almost 500 pieces. That's not a terrible deal.
No, it actually is a pretty good deal. And let's catch up on a few comments here. John says, I want watching Superman 2. It's a Playmobil Starship Enterprise. Haha, not my color. John, what's a Playmobil Enterprise? Because I don't know what it is. Look on Amazon. I try to post it here. It's about a $200 set. Yeah. And then John's asking, what is Blacktron? And Jelly saying Blacktron is a Lego space theme. Yeah. It's, I want to say it was mid-90s. I could be wrong, but I thought that was mid-90s.
I wasn't surprised if they remade the space, the moon station.
Yeah.
Right now, that's the most valuable set.
Well, okay, so I think I like it sometimes when Lego re-releases stuff, like when they re-released El Dorado's Fortress. I thought that was a really good one because the old one just sat on a raised base plate. This one, they recreated it, but they had you build the plate that it's sitting on, so it wasn't a plate. It was a bunch of pieces. And I thought it gave a lot more character to the building, and I really like that rebuild. The other rebuilds or remakes they do, some of them I don't like, and some of that is the yearly TIE Fighter and X-Wing they seem to come out with. I find that irritating because it's not like the X-Wing evolved too much over. I mean, it did a little bit, but the X-Wing's the X-Wing, and you really can't do anything more with it. I just feel like it's a money grab by Lego, so I don't like it when they do that.
Do you have the Temple of the Crystal Skull?
I do. I actually have two of those.
It's kind of similar race plate to that.
Yeah, it is. It's the Crystal Skull is 32 plus 16, 48 studs. It's 32 by 46 studs and or 48 studs, and the El Dorado was 32 by 32. And I do, like I said, I do own both of those. Okay. John says, I want to build a Kobe battleship, Iowa. It's a little bit more. Okay. Well, I know I can't do it. So please understand, I'm just dreaming out loud here. But I watched this really in-depth video the other day about the Titanic. And the guy actually had a copy of the blueprint for the Titanic, where all the staterooms were, all the third class rooms were, the kitchens, the staircases, the engine room. Like, it was the whole thing. And when I saw that, I was like, if I had the money, I'll tell you what, I have the space in my shop, but I don't have the money. I would love to recreate a minifigure scale Titanic. Of course, I'd have to do the measurements to make sure that it would actually fit in my shop, because my shop's huge, but it doesn't mean it's going to fit. but I'll probably never do it, guys. Don't quote me on that. It's just a dream I have.
Uh, y- we had it good when Lego printed plates.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, what was you just about to say?
Oh, I was just going to read some comments here. Oh, this is a sales price around Christmas season. I've seen it over 400. Okay, and I think you're talking about your Kobe battleship.
Uh,
Okay.
it'll make a whole lot of difference if Lego continued printed those plates.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I get it. Lego's their own company; they can do whatever they want. But sometimes I wish I understood more of why things happened with them. And printed plates, that's a good point. Another point that I think of is like the monorail track. Lego has never come out and explained exactly. All they say is, oh, well, we can't print any more monorail. And is that because of a licensing issue? Is that because, I mean, I doubt it's because they lost the mold because, I mean, they just create another mold, right? Um, they've never explained why. And I know that a monorail track is so expensive. In fact, when I had a bit of loose pieces that I bought off of somebody, um, there was a monorail station in there, and I bought the whole entire thing for like 75, 80 bucks, the box. And I checked online, and the monorail station by itself was $80. So those things are so expensive now. I don't know why Lego can't just reproduce the monorail track so that we could, do that. But whatever, it's okay.
I guess you made that deal like a bandit.
I did.
Mm,
I will admit, I do feel very lucky and that there have been many times that I've gotten some good deals on Lego, and I just can't complain about it. It's been awesome. My favorite used to be thrift stores, but I think thrift stores have caught on how popular Legos are, and so they don't offer them as cheap as they used to.
mm.
Um, and yes, I did say Legos on purpose. I do that just to ruffle some feathers every now and again. All right, so we are almost done with bag number 3. We've got a little bit of this stonework to do, but
So we gonna do first tonight.
I'm going to continue to catalog my white Lego pieces so that I ordered 20 of the cabinets, the Acro Mills cabinets, and they're coming on Monday. And so I want to be far enough on my cataloging that when Monday rolls around and I pick up those from the post office, that I will literally just be able to fill them as soon as possible. And I'm not trying to be impatient, but I have to say that I'm really getting to the point where I just want it done. That project of putting those away. Okay, I got some spare pieces that I don't think are normally spare pieces. So let me just flip through here just to make sure I didn't. It might have been from another bag because the way I open these. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, all right.
Getting colorblind of Lego.
I think I'm just trying to rush through these sometimes. So, okay. All right, so any other pieces? I think there's one more piece that I'm looking for. Okay, all right. On to bag 3.
I think that's the doctor. I think that's the doctor.
Oh, what? Back three?
The skeleton.
Oh, okay. I probably should watch this movie before I can do a thing on it, but too late now. But I don't know if you guys, when I share my screen, I don't know if it shares the audio. So I'm going to go ahead and do something real quick, and hopefully you guys will hear it. I can only play a second of it, so let me go ahead and do this. So there's a song by Blink 182 called "I Miss You,"
Hello, Mrs. Chip.
and here in the song they reference this movie. So let's just listen to a 5-second clip here. Okay, I can't play anymore. I'll get a copyright strike. But there you go. That could you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. But that is God, I remember listening to that song. You guys know Shauna that comes on here once in a while.
Yeah.
Her dad passed away, probably 12 years ago now. And I went to the funeral, and the only way I could afford to go was to drive. So me and Spencer, he was 10 years old. At least I think he was 10. Might have been only 9. Anyway, we drove out there for the funeral. And when we did, the CD player, the car that I was in, the CD player was broke, and you couldn't take the other CD out. And the only CD that was in there was this Blink 182. And the whole time, that's all I could listen to. So I heard this song many times on that trip because I drove from Missouri down to, what do you call that? From Virginia to Missouri. That's where I drove. Sorry, I have trouble. I can't even walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. I'll tell you what. And Jenny says, Mrs. Chip says, couldn't hear it very well, but she knows the song. And John says, I'm hearing fine. Okay. John says, I remember that. I spoke to her dad before he passed away. And you know what? I do wish I could have met the guy because her dad, very interesting guy, actually. He, for a living, he was a gunsmith. So if you wanted your gun modified, or if you sometimes pieces break inside of a gun, this guy, he knew him so well, he could fabricate the pieces to fix a gun. And actually, that's a skill that I don't know too many people have anymore. It's kind of a dying thing, really. Well, this build's going a lot slower than I hoped it would, but we'll get it done. We'll get her done. All right, we're going to do some other stuff here. Let's see. Yes, he was impressed with my historical weapon knowledge, says John. Yeah, he had quite the sense of humor. I didn't know him very well, so, but I got to say, I was really impressed at the funeral. First of all, by how many people showed up. That funeral was packed. I would guesstimate there was over 300 people at that funeral.
Act like a sardine can.
Yeah, no, it was. And people just had really good things to say about him. So, anyway. having trouble finding the pieces, even though I know they're right here. We still have other sets to build. The after this is done, I'm going to do the Batman car. When I get the two-door building, the new modular, we're definitely building that one. And that one's going to the front of the line. So you went to Denny's for dinner tonight, Greg?
Yep.
Yeah, I tried taking the Spencer to Denny's a couple weeks ago, but unfortunately, the Denny's that's closest to me, it's permanently closed.
They figured out why.
I don't. I'm just imagining they didn't have enough business, because I did notice that whenever I went by it, it didn't have very many people. The parking lot, they only had a couple cars, so probably just didn't make enough money.
My Denny's is located off the interstate.
Yeah, actually, this one was too. You could see it from the interstate, but it was kind of hard to get in and out of because of its location.
You
The
said
parking
in.
lot. I'm sorry.
You said in and out. In and out.
In and Out Burger, yeah. Well, no, this Denny's, the parking lot that it's in is very choppy, and they were kind of on the furthest back in the parking lot, and it was kind of hard to get to. So I imagine that has something to do with it too. But I really missed it, man. I wanted to get a Moons Over My Hammy. Have you had that one, Greg?
No.
You've heard of it?
No.
Oh, really? It's just
I
a ham.
I think it's a regional thing.
Oh, well. Okay, maybe it is.
I had their salmon dinner.
Okay.
I wish I was blackened.
Yeah, it actually, I like that too when they do that. There was a restaurant that some of me and my coworkers used to go to occasionally over in Virginia. I worked for the hospital, and it was called Blackfin, and it was actually really good. And they pretty much, that was their specialty. They blackened almost everything. All right. So we got the door there with the weird doorway.
Yesterday, satisfied my fried chicken craving.
Fried chicken gravy?
Craving.
Craving. Okay. Well, did you satisfy it, you said?
Yep. Crackle Barrel makes some good fried chicken.
Actually, my son Spencer used to work at Taco Bell, but he recently quit because.
I said Crackle Barrel.
No, I heard you. I'm telling you about Spencer though. He was working at Taco Bell, and he got to the point where they were just jerking him around, where they promised him when he first started working there he'd be full time because they really needed the help, and then they just kept only scheduling him 6-hour shifts, and then they kept sending him home early. He complained to him and said, "Hey, look, when I started working here, I told you I wanted full time and I need full time, and you guys keep sending me home after only about 4 hours, so I'm not even getting my 6-hour shifts in, and that's not enough." And so they said, "Okay." So they started scheduling for 4-hour shifts, and they started sending them home earlier than 4 hours. And Spencer just said, "You know what? I don't need this." And he went to a temp agency, and the temp agency works with construction crews, construction companies, and he has been kept very busy. And they're paying him like $4 more an hour than Taco Bell. So he's actually doing pretty well.
Taco Bell has chicken nuggets now.
Do they really?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the last time I've been in Taco Bell. I know I've been in the last 2 months. Just can't remember exactly, but my favorite is the number 6, the 2 chicken chalupas. And occasionally I'll get their chicken and cheese quesadilla, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't agree with my body, so I can't really have that one too often. I don't like being sick for a couple days.
And you had to replace your toilet after that.
Yeah, I think it melts the toilets in one blast. John says, "I worked for a company like that. I quit." And that's exactly what he did. He just, he tried to work with them, and they were being jerks, man. I mean, if you hire someone full time, and then you only give them 6-hour shift, you keep sending them home, then the person complains and says, "Hey, look, man, I really need more hours." And your solution is to give them a shorter shift, but keep sending them home early from that. You really don't want the person. And maybe if they kind of looked at it, they'd realize that's the reason we're having staffing problems, because we keep jerking people around, and people don't like to be jerked around. So anyway, just a thought. Haha, Enzo. You tried to go downstairs to eat cat food. I put it up before I did this, so you can't do it.
How's the big fuzzball doing?
Oh, he's doing pretty good, but just like I was trying to say, he's like having a little kid around. He does stuff like that where where if I'm not looking, he tries to take advantage of me. But I thought ahead of time this time, and I went downstairs and I put the cat food up where he couldn't get to it. And he went downstairs, and now if he goes downstairs, his bowl's right at the bottom of the stairs. So, and I could hear him eating. He did not eat. He went downstairs. I could hear him go further in the distance because the cat bowl is down the hallway near the bathroom. I heard him go all the way down there and check. And, well, because there was no cat food, he came right back. So I know what he was doing.
How's the Devils by the dozen doing?
The other cats?
Yep.
They're doing okay. Max almost got killed the other day. And I don't mean that figuratively. I mean that for real. Enzo just about killed him. So I bought Enzo a bone, and it's the kind of dog bone that has a little bit of dried meat left on it. And Enzo's very protective of his food. He's not protective of anything else, but his food, oh yeah. So I gave Enzo the bone, and Enzo dragged it right to his corner where he's usually at. You guys see him over there sometimes on my videos. And he went to sleep with it like right next to his head. And I was kind of watching, and Enzo snapped real fast and just about bit Max. And if he would have got him, he would have been bad. And the reason he did it was because Max thought it'd be funny, cute, whatever, to try to steal Enzo's bone. And I don't know how big Max thinks he is, but it wouldn't be a fair fight between him and Enzo.
What about Buddy and Tux and the others?
Buddy's doing good. I have let him in the house more lately. I recently reversed that, though, because Buddy is also not getting along with Enzo. And I've watched that interaction. That one is not Enzo's fault. Buddy's just being a turd, trying to be dominant. Again, forgetting his size difference between him and Enzo. So I'm not going to have animals fighting in my house. So Buddy's just not welcome in the house till he can behave. Tux is doing good. He had an ear thing going on for a while. I got the medicine online, treated him for about 2 weeks, and his ears have cleared up. So he's doing pretty well. Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, I got to finish it. All right, let me finish this. Yeah, John, they are just animals. That's true. I don't know. I don't like fighting discontent in my home, even if it is animals. All right, so we got this, the sides done, and now we got to work on the back a little bit here. So kind of got curtains back there. Oh, that's a good question, Mrs. Chip. How much snow do we have now? Probably about 8 inches on the ground about right now. We've had snow off and on today, and looking at the weather forecast, it is supposed to be snowy for at least the next 24 hours. So I imagine by the time I see you on my next live stream, we're going to have a lot more snow on the ground. I actually did shovel my driveway today. Not all of it because it's huge, but enough of it. Do you have any snow there, Greg?
No.
I knew you didn't. I'm just joking around, man. Because you only get snow like once in a while, right? Like hardly ever.
After a hurricane or natural disaster.
Okay. Yeah, so very, very rare. Yeah.
Our infrastructure's not built for snow.
Actually, we did have a white Christmas because it did. We had a dusting on New Year's Eve. Okay, so we've got the home here so far. And hello, is it? Oh, I don't want to mispronounce that. Show Khan. I'm sorry if I messed your name. If I messed up your name, I'm sorry. I always try to get names right.
Shao Khan.
And John says, watching you build Legos while I build Legos may have a small obsession.
That's Janet.
Oh, Janet, I'm sorry. Thanks, thanks, Greg. See, I'm not even paying attention, and I should be. And Janet, how you been? It's been a while since we've seen you around. Okay, so I got to do this times 6. I apologize, but well, it's just what the instructions say. Actually, what's your plans for New Year's, Greg? You got anything going on New Year's Eve?
Maybe go to my mom's and eat some cabbage rolls.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, my family, we're definitely a lot Irish. My great grandfather, or one of my great grandfathers, or I'm sorry, great great grandfathers on my dad's side, came directly from Ireland. So we've definitely been in this country for a couple generations, but they were Irish, and that was one thing that my grandmother was really big about. One of my grandmothers, she every St. Patty's Day, if you were around, you would have cabbage and corned beef, and so there is nothing wrong with a good old cabbage roll, as far as I'm concerned. I've been called worse. I'm sorry, Janet. I didn't mean to do that. I just saw the J, and I promise I'll never call you anything worse than John. How's that? You guys get me sometimes.
What'd you do for Christmas?
Well, Christmas Eve I moved Spencer, so that wasn't too fun. Had to pick up the stuff from his ex-girlfriend's house, and well, she was being stupid. She told us we can be there at noon, and then when we showed up, well, you guys can't be here. It's like, yeah, we can. He needs his stuff. Anyway, we ended up getting our stuff without any real confrontation. She was just trying to be difficult, but with that, all I had to do, and I'm sorry to do this to people, but his ex-girlfriend is, well, let's just say she likes the forbidden substances that will land you in jail. And because I can't say what that is on YouTube. And because she's into that, I just told her, I said, well, I'd be happy to call the police and ask them to do a civil standby. And because she's got that stuff in her house or apartment, she don't want the cops over there. So she changed her mind and was like, yeah, just come get the stuff. So ended up not being a problem after all. So so we moved Spencer on New Year's Day, or no, not New Year's Day, Christmas Eve. I don't know what I'm saying. Then we went to my mom's house for dinner on Christmas Eve, did a gift exchange. And then Spencer did, took him home, or Amanda took him home, actually, because Amanda showed up. And then, let's see, after that, Christmas Day, I went to my neighbor's for breakfast. And then my sister invited me over for Christmas dinner, so I did that. So I had a pretty full Christmas. How about yourself? What'd you do?
I went to church. I went to my mom's.
Okay.
Is Spencer moving back into your house?
No, I did offer it to him because he really needs the help right now, but I respect him. He told me that he just wanted to figure it out on his own. So Spencer got himself a room to rent, and that's where he's at. So, and I respect the fact that he wants to be independent. I'm not upset with him at all that he chose to go the route that he did.
Is he still in Salt Lake?
Yeah, he is in the Salt Lake area. So the only down part of what he did is that where he lives puts him almost 2 hours away from me.
And being subjected to Joseph Smith's propaganda
Well, Joseph Smith's dead, so I'm not really sure.
from the grave.
I'm just kidding. No, actually, Spencer's not religious at all. So, he just not. So that stuff doesn't bother him at all. Days until Christmas, 35. It says. Well, here we are. This is bags 1 through 4, but we still got a few more to go tonight. This is actually probably going to turn into a 3-parter because we're already almost at an hour. And an hour is just about as long as I like to go. So,
have you been to Joseph Smith's grave before?
I have not. I don't even know where it's at.
I think it's in Illinois. Where
I think you're right. Yeah, back when I was, I guess, a practicing LDS person, Mormon, whatever you call it. I've been to several of the sites. I've never been to Nauvoo, Illinois, though. My sister-in-law got married there, but I've never been there. By the way, this candy cane's pretty cool. But I've been to plenty of other places like downtown Salt Lake's Temple Square and stuff. But I don't hate the Mormon Church, but I definitely just kind of parted ways from it because I just didn't agree with some things. And I don't disrespect anybody. Like my neighbors on either side of me, they're still very much a part of the church. And I respect it because, well, for whatever reason, it helps them get through their day-to-day life and overcome problems. So I'll respect the fact that they are, but they also know that I'm not interested. And so they don't bother me about things, and they don't bring up anything church related to me. So there's a healthy dose of respect on both sides, and I really hope that it stays that way.
Is it true that there's only these strange rituals that only take place at the temple?
I'm not really sure how to describe that because, by the way, yes, I have been several times to an LDS temple. I even got married in one. It's I don't think it's strange. Even now that I consider myself an outsider, I don't think it's strange at all. They tell you that they don't want you discussing what goes on in the temple because it's considered sacred. So the watered down version of what I could tell you is that there is a part where they discuss the creation of the earth, the 7 days in Genesis. And they go in the depth a little bit more than what you find in the Bible. Now, where they found that information, I don't know. But they do discuss that. And it's just basically there's a few things that they ask you to do that you don't find in the 10 Commandments. Like one of the things is they want you to avoid loud laughter because they consider that usually people that, I don't know, I guess the idea is that people engaged in loud laughter, it's usually crude. That's one of the things that they say, but I'm struggling to remember because I actually have not been inside of a temple, probably 2005. So my memory's not the best of it.
Going to temples invite only, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Going to a temple is invite only, right?
Yes, it's you're allowed to go to a temple before it's opened or dedicated, as it says, and anybody can go in one. But after a temple has been dedicated, yeah, you can only go in there if you are I guess I want to. I don't want to make a joke, but a card-carrying member, I guess you could say, and which I am not. In fact, I'm sure there's some things about my life. If they knew about it, they'd probably want to throw me out of that church. But I'm okay with that, and I'm comfortable with that. I don't go anyway. I haven't been inside of a church for. Well, I did go recently because one of my nephews got baptized, and I will go for that purpose just to support him. But as far as like going to worship, no, I don't do that anymore. So now let's see. John says, yeah, we have snow here. Just kidding, at 71 degrees. Janet says, I've been good. Starting work through my November, December backlog. Well, that we have in common, Janet, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm working through my backlog. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about converting to Catholicism or Eastern Orthodox.
Is there an Eastern Unorthodox? I'm just kidding. No. I always found that funny, and I'm not trying to make fun of the church itself and its beliefs, but I always found it strange how they call themselves the Orthodox Church. It makes you almost think that there's an unorthodox out there. It's kind of what the name implies. But I will tell you something funny. When I was traveling from Texas to Utah or whatever, when I was in between there, I actually found a church that made me laugh because you always see like the First Church of Christ or the First Church of God, you see that, right? And I've joked with Mrs. Chip on occasion, well, how come there's not a second Church of Christ or a third or a fourth, like why is it always the first? And it's just me being a jerk, saying that stuff. Well, between here and Texas, I actually saw a church, and I wished I could have stopped taking a picture, that said the Second Church of Christ. And I just about died laughing because I joked about it. And then here it is. There actually is a Second Church of Christ. So anyway, in my personal life, my sense of humor is very dark, extremely dark. So I have to tone it down for YouTube though, because I don't want to get thrown off the platform. So anyway, yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because I have a backlog of Lego and I know there's a bunch coming out here soon. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not sure what time yet, but tomorrow I'm going to do another stream. I'm going to just really try and get this done. And so sometime tomorrow, probably towards the morning hours, my time. So John, it'll probably be noon or 1 o'clock your time. I would like to, I'm on Mountain Time, by the way. I'd like to do another live stream of this tomorrow and get a little further on this. And hopefully, like I said, it looks like it's turning into a 3-parter, and just get it done. John says that'll be fine. I'll be here. What's your favorite memory from high school? My favorite memory from high school was beating up my girlfriend's brother. Just kidding. That was dark. And I just came off. That just came off the top of my head. I've actually never beat up my girlfriend's brother. I wanted to. He was a jerk, but I never did. Let's see. My favorite memory from high school. Ooh, I don't know. That's hard for me to come up with. maybe graduating because I never had to go back. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, though, I graduated high school at the age of 16. Yeah, I didn't want to be at high school so bad. I went to my high school counselor and he told me what extra classes I had to take so I could graduate a whole year earlier. So I did. I graduated a whole year early, and I have never looked back. I've never regretted doing it. And I remember some of the kids in my high school teased me about it because, oh, you're such a nerd. You're graduating early. And that whole entire year afterwards, whenever I ran into one of them, I was just like, hey, how's school going? Because I was done. What's the worst pickup line I've ever heard? It came from a movie, and it was a guy who went up to a girl in a bar and he goes, are you an astronaut, baby? Because you're out of this world. And I thought, and I think Austin Powers also had one of the worst pickup lines when he goes up to Felicity and he says, hey, baby, those are some skin tight pants. How does one get into those pants? And she says, you can start by buying me a drink. So those are probably the worst pickup lines I have ever heard. I really didn't have pickup lines when I was dating. I just talked to a girl, and if I could get her to laugh, I figured I could ask her out, do something. And a lot of times that worked. If I could get a girl to laugh, and then I asked her to go to a movie with me, she usually said yes. So that's what worked for me then. I'm sure it doesn't work now. Dating world's gone to crap.
I know a few dirty Disney pickup lines.
Disney pickup lines?
Dirty ones.
Dirty ones. Okay. Well, as long as they're too dirty.
Hey, your name must be Belle. You'll come here and see my beast?
Oh, gosh.
Mm,
I think that one gets you slapped.
get it? Mm.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, baby. My name's Aladdin. I'll show you a whole new world in my pants.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here because this next one, this is pretty intense. Little pieces in the next one, and we're a little bit over an hour. So we'll stop here, but tomorrow we're going to go ahead and Cool Runnings is actually one of my favorite movies, John. I love that part where I can't get my helmet on, coach. And he sits there and bashes the top of his helmet down. And he goes, thanks, coach. And then when he, when the Bob, huh?
I'm just talking to myself.
Okay. Well, there was the other part in Cool Runnings where he's next to the German team and he looks at him. He says, are you guys feeling Olympic today? And they look at him like, what? So there was that one. But thanks for being here, guys. If you're watching this on the replay, hit the like button. If you're here today, please hit the like button. I'd appreciate it, guys. And thanks for spending your spare time with me. I know you have other places you can be, so I appreciate you spending it here with me and John. And you guys have a great night, and we will see you guys tomorrow on part 2 for this.
Okay, bye.
Bye.